About 10 years ago, one of my favorite albums of all time came out. It's called Vows by Kimbra. This album is just absolutely full of good songs, but the one I wanted to talk about today is the lead single called Settle Down. I'm assuming you know a little bit about this song. You've at least heard it or heard of it if you clicked on this video, but if you don't know much about it, Kimbra is that girl who was in that Gautier song, you know, that Somebody That I Used to Know, that was like really popular for a year and then the guy totally disappeared. She was the girl in that song, and she also makes like tons of fantastic music, but Settle Down is not only her best song, I think, but it's the first song on her first album, Vows. To me, the first song on the first album from an artist is extremely important because it's kind of like, it's how you introduce yourself into the world. Shows you what's different about this artist, what's gonna be different about this album. I think this song is about as good an example of that as there is. I think it's up there with, you know, Break On Through to the Other Side or like Paper Cut, those types of songs where it's like they're kind of asserting their way into the world. I love that type of stuff. And what I love about this song, what I love about Settle Down is, to me, like the dream song to create is something that's catchy and simple, straightforward in its structure and its kind of composition, but also it's unlike anything you've ever heard. And this song is a perfect example of that. Even if it came out today, it would still be like, whoa, where did this come from? So anyway, I wanted to take a listen to this song and explain what I'm thinking about while I'm listening to it, why I think it's so great. Let's listen.
I wanna settle down. Won't you settle down with me? Settle down.
A couple things there. The melody is a little bit weird as I pull out this mysterious piano. So that part right there, going with this bottom melody, when you hit see, that's weird. So already she's doing stuff that's just a little bit out there, but it doesn't sound like pop music yet. I mean, it's a melody that's, you know, singable. She's singing the name of the song and the lyrics are pretty straightforward, so you could sing along with this. You know, this could definitely go in a non-pop sort of direction. Then the other thing I love that she does is she's singing in that kind of quiet, sort of falsetto-y, kind of mixed voice. The down with me, settle down. She really hits that settle down. Makes it very, very dynamic, very interesting.
Won't you wine and dine with me? Settle down.
There's those little bass swells. I don't know if the camera is gonna pick that up, but it's kind of doing this like woo, woo, woo. It kind of lets you know like, all right, we're going somewhere. We're building this a little bit. Because all you need to do to show that the song is building is just add one thing. It can be really subtle, but you just add one thing. And right here, she's gonna make a really big jump of the building of the song. She's gonna suddenly jump up to this much louder place.
I wanna raise a child. I wanna raise a child.
Almost every sound there is something made with the human body. There's claps, there's the kind of scatting vocals, and then there's obviously the lead vocal. But she makes this really big sound with it. I think a big part of it is just kind of the pace of it. It's very fast and kind of intense, and it's not quite what you're expecting. Something that's great about this song is you never know what's coming next. It's hard to expect what you're gonna hear next, and that's a really, really difficult thing to accomplish when you're making sort of a more poppy song. She really continually has these moments where you know something's gonna happen, but you don't know what it is. So right there, she does that, ooh. Where the hell are we gonna go now? What's about to happen? There's no way of knowing. And I just love that. She's probably gonna drop into something, but we don't really know what that's gonna sound like. We don't know what instruments she's gonna bring in because she hasn't really brought in any instruments yet. Is she just gonna keep doing this, like, you know, clapping and vocal stuff, and she's not gonna bring in any other non-human body instruments? Who knows? But we see what she does right here. So I don't know what that instrument is, that like bow thing that's going. It has this like kind of 30s, 40s, like old recording sound to it, this very vinyl-y sort of thing. That's clearly what she's going for, and that's a big part of her sound, is kind of incorporating this like oldies type of sound into more modern pop music. So yeah, she brings that in, kind of replaces the claps with some more drummy type things, not full on like drums, but more percussion that's not just clapping. And it kind of drops. It's a little bit bassier, it's a little bit fatter. It's kind of not as fat as you would expect it to be. You know, when you're talking about like 2010s dance pop music, which is like, when you think of a drop, that's kind of what my mind goes to, at least. You're thinking like, okay, she does that ooh, and it's gonna go to this bassy, boomy, boom, boom, boom kind of thing that, like, you know, shatters your eardrums. And she doesn't go to that. I mean, it's a lot more subtle, a lot more quiet, but it's still building. And I think that's kind of the point. She didn't want that moment to be the climactic moment of the song because she's still got a chorus to get to. She's gonna keep building it. So it's gotta be a little bit quieter than you might expect. Like, okay, I was thinking we go this big drop, and we got sort of a drop, but it's a little bit quieter, a little bit subtle than I thought it would be. So hopefully she builds on that, and she does.
She's got a fancy car. She wants to take you far.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and figure out what that harmony is. This is gonna be a real challenge for my ears, but let's see what I can do. So weird. And she's still doing the... That's a weird harmony. She's definitely hitting this A flat here. This note is not in the key, I'm sure of that.
She wants to take you far.
She's got those backing vocals that take you far. So what is that? That's so weird. But it's kind of creating this dissonance, right? It's building like a lot of tension. Having this thing going on when your key is... Having that in there, again, I might be wrong about the key, but having that dissonance in there is gonna build tons and tons of tension. She's just layering more and more vocal parts on top of it, and then finally she layers this weird dissonant thing, and we're like, okay, just, you gotta stop building this. You gotta bring us to something that's more harmonically pleasing. Like, stop this dissonance, stop this crazy madness. So actually right there she does it. Even before the chorus, she's already like, she's got this tension, this freaking thing going, and then she kind of takes that away. And what are the harmonies here? She's basically got that going, right? So she just kind of goes to a more open chord, much less dissonant, and then you hear this part kind of swelling in. So it lets you know, like, okay, that wasn't what we're building towards. We're still going somewhere. I keep stopping myself, but let's see where we're going, because we're getting to the best part. One of the best choruses ever, I think. Right? And then the bass line. So if I want to play like kind of a simplified version of the bass line with the vocal melody of the chorus and the harmony. Something like that. I think my favorite part of that is when it gets to this note and she's got that. So it hits that right on that downbeat. Piano, and those string plucks. Woo! And then you get that kind of, oh my god, every part here just adds these little textures that kind of bring it this distinctive sound. I mean, find me a song that sounds like this. So she goes back to just vocals. The chorus kind of fizzles out, right? And then these little oohs going kind of at the bottom of it all, and she's singing kind of softly. And then she's got these little kind of scatty textures going back and forth. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh. So this is essentially a bridge, even though it's after the first chorus, but she kind of took her time getting to that first chorus. This is a structure that I actually find myself using a lot in my own songs, where I do a verse that's kind of small, and then I bring in some new instruments, and then I do another verse with all those instruments, and then I do the chorus, and then by then it's, you know, like a minute and a half into the song. In this case, it's like over 2 minutes into the song, so then I just do the bridge right after that. I probably got that from this song. Anyway, what does she do here? She's got this quiet part of the bridge. Again, we just don't know where it's gonna go. It could go anywhere. Weird rhythm there, right? Hey, boom, boom. Hey, boom, boom. She's got that kick, that little syncopation. This part is very spacious and very open. There's these loud drums and this loud vocal part, but other than that, it's just kind of this space all around it. That's just a masterful production element right there. So she has that vocally kind of swell that comes in, that that kind of comes in there. Okay, so now that's the end of the second chorus, which, since she's done the bridge, we can assume it's probably the last chorus. She's not going to do another one. So with the last chorus, what is a thing that would be really, really great to do right after? And something that I always love, just something that just, it's so great when it happens and it works, is when you bring in an element from the bridge and put it on top of the chorus melody. That's exactly what she does here. And this is like the part where I get like emotional when it happens, because it's just so good. This is art. It's a subjective thing. There's no right way to do it, but it would have felt wrong if she didn't bring in this part of the bridge. So you'll hear what I'm talking about. Perfect. So she brings in the hey, boom, boom, hey, boom, boom. She changes the rhythm. She's not doing the syncopated hey, boom, boom. She's doing hey, boom, boom. And it works better with this rhythm because it's got more of a driving on the beat sort of feel. I think it's just like we had this big part of the song and this other big part of the song, and now we're bringing them together at the very end, you know, as like this is the final big climactic moment of the song. Like, here's the chorus, and here's the part of the bridge that was also really, really big. This section of the song, this little bit, is like everything that's great about this song just brought together into one little thing, and it's brilliant. The idea that like this is your song that brings you into the world of music. Like, this is how you introduce yourself to the world. She's showing like, this is what I can do, and like, get ready for the rest of this album, because like, this is how freaking good I am. This is how much cool stuff I can put into one song and make it all work. There's so many parts going on here. It's so dense, it's loud, it's huge, it's assertive and booming, and it's so different. It's so unlike anything else. It's like the whole song is building to that 15 to 20 second part where it's after that chorus. Everything comes together, everything that was interesting about the song is there. When you can do that, like, do it, you know? You listen to this song, you want to go and listen to the rest of the album. And it's because it displays this sound, this style that she has in such an energetic and exciting sort of way. So yeah, I love a good first song, and I love me some Kimbra. I think that's all I have to say about this. Thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you want to do that. And maybe hit the like button even if you want to do that. And whatever else you want to do, you know, go ahead and do it. Unless it's something bad, then don't do it. And I will see you, I don't know. I may never see you again, but maybe I'll see you at some point soon.